Good morning and welcome to our monthly webinar. I'm Daphne Cadena. I'm part of the Americas Consulting team. Just let me know if you can hear me. Can someone just raise your hand just to know if you can hear me? Thank you. Okay. Well, again, welcome to our monthly webinar. Uh, Today's topic is going to be some of the hidden treasures of iVend Retail POS. They are features that they already exist, but a lot of us didn't know that they exist, and that we think that they are really helpful in a day-to-day for the retailers. Okay. The main objective of this webinar is to aware you of important features in iVend. It's not going to be a training session. We just want to do an overview to introduce you to these little known characteristics of iVend. That, as I said before, we think that can be really helpful for retailers in their day-to-day. Okay, you can find a lot of information about these topics in the knowledge portal. You can find e-learnings, posts, and documentation related to the topics that we are going to see today. This is a part number one of the presentation. In 2 weeks we are going to see the part number two. And well, let's start. If you have any question, please feel free to raise your hand, and I will do my best to answer all your questions today. Okay. So, well, let's start. Let's start with the agenda. Okay. Well, today we are going to see 5 topics. We are going to see a little bit about forecasting and replenishment, about merchandise hierarchies, product gross margin, and price manager. They are related topics, but they are different. And number 5 is going to be locations. We are not going to see how to set up locations in the warehouse. We are going to see how to make adjustments in the locations in the same warehouse. Okay, so let's start with the first topic, that is forecasting. As you know, well, forecasting help the retailers to do estimations of what their business sales are going to be in the future, in the near future. How does this estimation is done? It's done based on the historical sales data. Okay, in iVend we can generate a forecast based on just on a specific product, product group, category, or merchandise hierarchy also. Okay, since this last version 6.5.4, it is also available in plug version, because in older versions it was only available for iVend Unplug. So if one of your customers has a 6.5.4, now you can use this feature. Okay, this forecasting and replenishment. The steps to create our forecast. First of all, we are going to generate the template of the forecast, and then we are just going to run the forecast, choosing which products and other specific options. And well, we can override the data, and we can import and export the data to make more specific the forecastings. Let me open my management console just to show you where it is and how to do it. Okay, it is the first step is to create the forecast planning. I have already created one. If you use the demo stack, you are going to have this forecast plan for 2014. I just create one for 2017, and well, we need to create a new one to define a code, a description, and we're going to choose the historical sales data. Okay, sorry for that, having troubles with my screens. Okay. The historical sales year is the year from which the sale should be considered for generating the forecast. For example, here that I selected 2011, and the current year is, well, the year for the forecasting is going to be 2018. It's going to consider all the sale data between January 1st, 2011 and today, January 13, 2017. Okay, so this is going to be the historical sales year, and the forecasting year is the year for which the forecast is going to be generated. Okay, we can select, as I said, if it is going to be based on products, on product category, on product groups, or in merchandise hierarchies. Okay, in this case, for this example, I just chose some products between 100, 106 and 100, 109. Okay, so if not, we are going to take too much time generating the forecast planning. Also, you have to choose all the warehouse that you want to make the forecast. I just have 3, and I just have some movements in the e-commerce and in the main store, the avenues. So I just select these 2 stores, and also you can consider the refunds in the forecast. I am not going to consider the refunds in this example. So now that you have your template, you save it, and the second step to generate the forecast is to generate the forecast based on your forecast planning. So you have to select the forecast planning. I am choosing the one 2017. We have different forecasting methods. We are not going to see all the methods that we have, but they are the common forecasting methods. Okay, I always choose the expert selection. What does this option do is that it's going to see the historical data, and is going to choose the best option to make the forecast. Okay, and also we can see the quantity or the amount. I am going to see the quantity. If we want to see the amount, we have to select also the price list. Okay, so you just generate the forecast. It is saying me that it already exists because I have already generated this forecast once. So yes, please overwrite it. And well, this is going to show me the information between the product 100, 106 and 100, 109. Okay, and also the second warehouse, that is number 4, the main store, 100, 106 and 100, 109. So it is showing me the forecast of the next year of 2018. As I said, we can override the information of one of the columns just by double clicking. We can override the quantity. Okay, if we estimate another thing, we can override another data. This is an error that commonly come in the demo stack, so this is not going to happen in a normal version. Okay, let me open it again. Okay, now it is. Okay, and also you can export and import the forecast, and you can manually override the information that you want to. If you have different estimation, you can override all this information, all the columns if you want to. And also there is a tool in the importing section where you can import all the historical sale data of your customer. So maybe if the stores start working with iVend this year, the customer can import their sale data since the 19th if they start working in that year. So they can generate the forecast since that year. Okay, so this is how we create the forecast. In Resume, we have to create a template of the forecast planning, and then we just have to create the forecast. Okay, we can, as I said, is choose between a lot of methods. They are common forecasting methods. Okay, the information we can find it. What does every method does in the internet or in some posts in the knowledge portal. Okay, so the other option, the other tool that we have, the other feature that we have is the replenishment. Okay, that they are like together. It's a process that helps to avoid insufficient stock. Okay, also is just to assist the purchase department because it can generate automatically the purchase orders when we do this, when we run this process. The another important point over here is that in the new iVend versions, you will find it as replenishment, but in older iVend versions, if one of your customers has older versions, they will find it as MRP. It is the same as the forecasting. It is also available for customers that are integrated with an ERP since 6.5.4. Okay, so if one of your customers have an older version and it is I don't know if it is 6.5 and it is a plug version, you won't find it, not either the forecasting or the MRP. Okay, well, these are the steps to create the replenishment. First of all, it is going. You have to check. You have to review the products that you are going to run the process for the replenishment. All the products that you are going to consider for the replenishment have to has the minimum stock and the maximum stock. For the replenishment, it is only important the minimum stock, but when you set up the minimum stock, you have to set up also the maximum stock. And also you have to choose the replenishment method. And for the replenishment, it considers the available to sell quantity, not the available quantity. It considers the available to sell quantity. It is like a common question: which quantity does the replenishment based on? And it is the available to sell quantity. Okay, so the first point is to check the settings of your products that you are going to consider in the MRP or in the replenishment, and you have to review that all of them has the minimum stock and the replenishment method already set up. Okay. And well, after you check all of your products, the second step is to run the replenishment. As I said, it help us to generate purchase order automatically. So you need to be careful when you run this replenishment and when you click to create all the purchase orders. Okay, so it's time to see it in the management console. I have a new version, so I have it as a replenishment. Okay, maybe you have it as MRP. It is also in operation, business transactions, and replenishment. You will find it there. And I have already set up one replenishment scenario. We have different options over here too. You have to define a code description, so in the future when you want to search the replenishment scenario, you can find it easily. When is going to be the start date? It has to be today, and well, the end date can be any future date. I am choosing also to run the replenishment based on product, but you can run it based on category, in product category, or in product group. Okay, I'm going to run the same from 100, 106, and 100, 109. I am going to choose to recommend purchase, and over here is we are going to relate the forecasting planning template. Okay, let me just show you that the product is already set up. Just one of them, 100, 106. We have to go to the inventory menu, to a product, and over here in the view inventory, it is the option. I am going to run the replenishment for the Acme e-commerce and for the Avenues warehouse. So I have to check if it is already set up the minimum stock and the maximum stock, and also the replenishment method. If it is not set up, the replenishment, it is not going to work. Okay, so it is like the first step that we have to check that it's already set up. So I am pretty sure that for all my products that I am going to run for the replenishment already have this information: minimum stock, maximum stock, and this doesn't have the local purchase. Okay, the same the same, and 100, 109. local purchase. So again, to operations, business transaction, replenishment. Okay. I am going to select Acme e-commerce and the avenues, and I am going to run the replenishment, and it is going to generate the recommendations. Okay, these are the recommendations to do the purchase order for local purchase, and well, I can select all of them, and it is going to post automatically the purchase order. I can just choose the ones that I want the purchase order to be generated. So this can save a lot of time to the people who work in the purchase department. So please, you have to, I forgot to choose the vendor. This is something that commonly you have already set up in your products. Are you sure that you want to post this purchase order? So if I go to purchase order part, it is over here, January. Okay, the jeans 100, 108, 101, 106 the talador. Okay, so it will help us to do an estimation, the forecast, and to do the replenishment. Okay, we can manually update this information in the forecast, and we can do the replenishment based on the forecast. You can find more e-learnings about these two topics in the knowledge portal, and we think that it is really helpful for all the retailers to use these features in their businesses. Also, you can find like the documentation for the management console. Over there you will find what every field means, what does every field over here means and do. So, and also if you find anything, and you have like any big doubt about this, also you can post it. You can look in the forum. There are already a lot of questions related to these topics. I just read some posts last week about the forecasting, the replenishment methods. So you will find like in detail all the information related to these topics. But we just want you to let you know that these features exist in iVend, and that you can use them if you are especially in the latest version of iVend for the plug version, because in the past only the customers that have the unplugged version could use it. So now if you have 6.5 update 4, you can use this option if you are running with an integration version of iVend with an ERP. Okay, so well, let's go to our next topic, that it is the merchandise hierarchies. Well, it is a reporting structure, okay, under which sales and inventories of the products are tracked. It is a really good idea if you really like the dashboards, especially the managers really like the dashboards. It helps us to see in an easily way how are our sales of especially products, and in iVend we can create all the merchandise hierarchies that we want, and we can relate an individual product to all the hierarchies that we want to. Okay, and it is easy to create the merchandise hierarchies. We are going to create one right now, and I am going to show you one of the dashboards, so you can see like how powerful this feature can be, and it is not really used by the customer. So it is something that can be really helpful, but that is really little known. We just have to go to operations, to the part of inventory, to the part of merchandise hierarchy, create our merchandise hierarchy. As a recommendation, first of all, draw in a paper your hierarchy. If not, you are going to spend a lot of time in the screen and erasing and deleting all the information. So first create the hierarchy in a paper, and then go to the management console and create the hierarchy. After you define your hierarchy, you have to apply the merchandise hierarchy to the products. Okay, so let's go to the management console. Let me close this. Okay, products, merchandise hierarchy. In the demo stack, you will already find some of the merchandise hierarchies, but we are going to create a new one. I am going to create one. We just need to define the ID, the code, and the description. The hierarchy levels that we want to create, I am just going to create 3. So it don't get boring. We start adding the notes. I am going to create a hierarchy about clothes for women. So I'm going t-shirt. I have to be over here to create a child, and I just want to see if this like cotton. Okay, I know I didn't have like a great idea to create a hierarchy. Then I need to go to the root node and create a child. Now it's going to be, I don't know, jeans child. Maybe this doesn't exist. Sorry. Again to the root node. Okay, so now we have our hierarchy. We just have to put okay, and let me go to inventory, products. Let me look in the apparel group. For sure we're going to find clothes over here. Yes, let me use this one. Let me put down the number of the t-shirt. Maybe it is not for women, but, and over here is the merchandise hierarchy. We just have to add to choose the hierarchy we are going to use, and is a t-shirt that is 100 cotton. Okay, so now we have one t-shirt in our hierarchy, and let me think that there is not a lot of common clothes over here. Okay, let's imagine that this is a blouse. It was already in a hierarchy. I am going to add it to a second one. There is 100 cotton. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the POS. Over here is the POS. And let me hide the ticket, the transaction sale, and I am going to sell the products that I just, this batch product. Let's buy 4 of them, and the other one was this one. Let's 5 of them. Quick sale. Okay, it's done. And now the great part of the merchandise hierarchies for me is the dashboards. You have like a lot of options for merchandise hierarchies. So let's see one of them, merchandise sales. And over here we are going to see all the merchandise hierarchies. And over here is the one that we just created, the demo one, that is the root part was women, and the 5 items that I just buy, and the t-shirt. You can see all the information over here. So maybe 1 month the manager wants to know especially how many, I don't know, how many toys for girls he's selling, and they don't have the groups for the toys between girls and boys, and they just want to make a little research in 2 months maybe. So this can maybe be really helpful for them. They can create all the merchandise hierarchies that they want to. They can relate all the merchandise hierarchies to a product. We just see it in the Calvin Klein woman product. We can relate more than one merchandise hierarchy. Well, it is pretty good to see all the information in the dashboards, in the reports. So it is really helpful to take decisions in this. Okay. So let's move to the next topic. Product gross margin. Well, this feature helps the retailers to manage more easily the product prices in the price list. It is for unplugged versions only, because when you are integrated with an ERP, the ERP manages all the price list. But this feature is available for unplugged versions. And well, we have like 2 options: the product gross margin, and the other one that we're going to see, price manager. And well, the product gross margin, what it does is that use the cost of the product to make a recommendation, okay, that you will see in the suggested field. We are going to see it. and you can just click OK, and all your price list is going to be updated. Okay, so it can save a lot of time to the retailers instead of changing one by one all the prices of the price list of all the items. Okay, maybe it is easy when you have like 20 items, but almost all the retailers have more than 1,000 items, and need to change one by one is really stressful. So let's see how it works here. Now I'm moving to an unplugged version. Okay, so price and promotions, and we have over here the product's gross margin. Okay, I am going to do a new one. Again, a code and a description. This is not the base list. It is the target list. Okay, so I am going to choose the price list number 2. We have rounding options. I am going to choose one up and rounding to $1. Okay, this one is really important. This draft mode. I recommend to you to select this one, especially when you are working with this feature for the first time. If you choose draft mode, you are going to save all the changes, so you can come back maybe with the manager and show to him or to her all the changes, and when he or her accept them, you can apply all the changes, because if you apply all the changes, there is no returning back. Okay, so also as a recommendation, be aware who have access to this feature, because maybe someone is playing with this feature, and then this person can update all the prices, and this can be something dangerous. Okay, so I am not going to select the draft mode so you can see how it works, but if you are going to test this, maybe it's going to be a good idea to choose the draft mode. Okay, so over here I have the current cost. As you can see, I don't have a current cost. I should have a current cost, but fortunately we have a what if cost. Maybe we know that next week our vendor is going to increase the cost of the goods, of the items. So maybe the current cost is $5, and we know that since next week the vendor is going to increase the cost of the product $1, and it is going to cost $6. So this column will help us to do this kind of estimation, and I am going to choose this. We are going to do the test with these two products, and this one costs $20. Okay, and over here the one that really important that is really important is the markup. Okay, we can change over here the markup. Over here is the suggested price. So as now the markup is 0, the suggested price is the same. So we want to do the markup 200% more than the cost. So now the cost of the item will be $18 and $60. Sorry. So we can play with the markup. We can decide which markup we are going to work with. And okay, I just select the two of them. I'm going to put okay. You have to confirm because, as I said, it's a really powerful feature that can affect all the prices. So are you sure that you want to update this? And I said yes. So now over here is the new price, 18 and 60. We can see the price list number 2. Let's see the price list. So do you remember it was 102, $18. Now the price list number 2 is updated. So it is really easy to change or to update our price list. Well, this is the first one, the first feature to change prices, and the second one is the price manager. Okay, the main difference between these two is that the product gross margin use the cost to update a price list. It is based on the cost of the product, and the price manager what use a price list. It is based on a price list to create or to update a new price list. Okay, so I am going to create again a price list with the price manager. The price list that we are going to update is the number 6, okay? And we are going to be based on the number 1. We have to choose the store, and now it is automatically populated with all the items and the prices. We have a lot different options. We can add, subtract, multiply, divide, or do a direct amount. I am just to show you to make it easier to understand, to add an amount. I am just going to add $5, okay, to all the quantity, to all the quantity, okay, and we're going to round up to the next dollar in case it has some decimals over there. So maybe let me erase this and let me show you. Okay. If you see, the base price is the same as the suggested price. Okay, the base price is the ones that are in the price list. So I am going to add just $5. Let's see this, $30, and the suggested price still $30. I am going to add $5. Now the suggested price is $35.77. For example, this one, $44.50. Now that I am going to play with the rounding up options, I am going to round up to the next dollar. And this one has to change exactly. So the ones that have decimals now round up to the next dollar option. Okay, so easy as that, we can update all the list. Okay, I am just going to update like the first 5 options. Okay, are you sure that you want to do that? Yes. And I just forget the price list number 6. Okay, let's see the price list number 6. That was number 5. Number 6, and okay, 100, 102, $35, 100, 103, 77, 45. Okay, we just update the first 5, and the other ones, they don't even have a price. Okay, so it is so easy to update, to change the prices. So the same recommendation as the product gross margin. Be aware of who have access to this feature, okay? Because it can be dangerous that somebody change all the prices, okay? So let's move to the next topic because I just see the time. Okay, product gross margin. Oh yes, the recommendation. Don't forget this. Enabling the draft mode will give you the advantage of saving the price list, so no changes will be made in the target price list. So especially the first time that you test this or you play with this, it is highly recommended to use the draft mode. The price manager, I just show it to you how to do it. Just as a resume, the product gross margin, use the cost as base, and the price manager use another price list as base. Okay. And well, finally, the locations. Okay, it is not going. I am not going to show you how to set up the locations in a warehouse, but many partners have raised the hand, and especially in the demo stack, that all the locations are already set up, and ask me and tell me, I have already done a good receipt, I have already done a good issue, especially a good receipt. They don't have, they create new items for a demo, maybe new items of a demo that for a prospect that sells something that we don't have in a demo stack. So they create special products, and they create a good receipt, and after they create a good receipt and they try to sell the product, they realize that they can't sell the product because it is not in the location where the products are sold. So let me go to the demo stack, to the business transaction here, to the, let me do a good receipt. I'm going to do a new good receipt. Sorry, I was going to import the file. Well, what happens is that the good receipt use the default good receipt location. Okay, so maybe you just come and just add the products and just click OK, and when you go to the POS, you realize that there is no stock to sell the product in the sale location. So you have to change the location, and it takes you a lot of time. So you have to be really careful when you create a good receipt when you're working with locations. You have to add a product. Let me add some products over here. Just I hope this. Okay, so over here we can change the location if the location is already set up to receive a good receipt. It is already set up for good receipt. If the locations are not set up for this, we can select this one. So the option that we have, I am going to receive some quantity over here, 120. And I am just going to finish this one. So what we can do is that we can do a location transfer, okay? Because in the demo stack, the location that we use to realize the sales, to do the sales, let me, okay, locations, the avenues use the sale location. Over here it is. It's the one that by default use the sale location. But if you see over here, it is not by default that it can receive good receipt. So we can't choose this location to do a good receipt. So what we have to do, especially in the demo stack, is to do a location transfer. Okay, so okay, I just forget. Let me see. I chose not an easy code of the item. Okay, so we received this item in the Avenue good receipt location. So I am going to do a location transfer in the Avenue warehouse from the good receipt Avenue to the sale Avenue. So doing this, we are going to be able to sell, okay, these items. As you can see, the available quantity to do the transfer is 120, the ones that I just received, and we are going to do a transfer from the good receipt location to the sale locations. That is the one that it's available in the, let me see if we have, yes, we have, we can see over here the, over here is not the available quantity for the good receipt. We cannot sell from this location. Okay, so I am going to do a transfer from the good receipt location to the sale location. We can see it. Let me see if I go quickly to the product. We see the inventory in the Avenues warehouse. If we see the available quantity in the good receipt location is 120, and what we are going to do is to send this quantity to the sale Avenue location so that there is more quantity available over there. Okay, so I am just going to finish this. And I am going to check again. So I know there are a lot of steps over here. So now we have all the quantity in the sale Avenue, and we just made a transfer from the good receipt to the sale location. I know there are a lot of steps between these locations topic, but well, this is like how it works. Sometimes we don't really know what happened when we just realize we just do a good receipt and we don't have like a available stock in the store, and it is because we just received the items in different locations that it is available for the sales. Okay, so these are the steps for do a transfer, location transfer, and well, that's it. I think that we use like all the time. I don't know if there is any doubt, if you have any doubt, if it was um, an easy topic. Well, I think that there are no questions. Well, if you have any further question, please use the forum. It would be something good for the community also, because maybe your doubt is a doubt for somebody else, and it would be really helpful. Okay, so thank you very much for taking the time to assist for today's webinar, and I hope you can be with us the next webinar that is in 2 weeks. And well, have a great day today. Thank you.